Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new by passing by my channel, you're most welcome. I'm Evelyn. I live in Switzerland and I do some vlogging and blogging all together. So hit the subscribe button and also the notification. Do keep a like, and if you have a comment, keep it down in the comment section. So today I'll be doing something 10 things about Nigerian women you should know, because I am a Nigerian, yeah, I'm from Africa and I come from Nigeria, but I live in Switzerland. So I'll be telling you 10 things that I wrote in this book. From the title you see, 10 things about Nigerian women. Number one, I will be going with it's kind of Nigerian parents and also Nigerian culture and also Nigerian people, not only the women, but in Nigeria we have three major languages, which is Igbo, Hausa and Yoruba. So I'm from the northern part of Nigeria, which is Hausa. I'm part of the Hausas. So I'm just gonna tell you not Hausa in general, but all over Nigeria. So the first thing I will be talking about, sorry, I have to check my list. The first thing I'll be talking about is cleaning. In Nigeria, if you're growing as a woman, the first thing you urge to learn is cleaning, keeping the environment clean, and also just everything around you should be clean. Okay, I learned how to wash my uniforms by myself when I was 7 years old. If I go to school, I play a lot, and for this reason my mother decided to make me wash my uniform alone, so I know how it feels like, the hard work. And she always tell me, you better start learning it, because when you grow up I won't be here to do it for you. So cleaning, when my mother is cleaning, she always call me to come watch her clean so I can get to learn. So cleaning is always an important thing for us as women to learn. It's not like it's by force, but our parents train us this way that we can grow up and train our children that way also. So this is the number one thing about Nigerian women. So the second thing is cooking. In Nigeria, cooking is very, very important for a woman. I'm trying to say cooking is important for women all over the world, not only women but for everybody, because if you live alone you must learn how to cook for yourself. But I'm just talking from Nigeria. It can be anywhere, it can be Switzerland, it can just be anywhere, but cooking is very important for us. If you are growing, the first thing you ought to learn is cooking, because the moment you can cook is also less stress for your mother, because you can able to help how to cook. So I started cooking at the age of 8 years. My mother bought me stuff and told me to cook. I know that food wasn't good. It was my first time, but they ate it. My family ate it and didn't complain, even if I knew that food was not good. So I was kind of motivated, and that was how I learned how to cook. And second thing is, if you go to a Nigerian home, empty stomach, you will never leave empty stomach. Trust me, you can never go to a Nigerian home without cooking, without eating. It's like a culture by us that if a visitor come to the house, it doesn't matter who, the first thing we serve him is something to drink, and in the meantime someone is already going to the kitchen to cook. Even there is no food in the house, you have to go out, buy food stuff and come home and cook. So this is the second thing. The third thing is marriage. In Nigeria, we do marriage. We have two different types of marriage. Two: the white wedding and the traditional. The traditional wedding. In Nigeria, you cannot you can say 95% of marriage are done. First you go by the tradition, and second the wedding. In some places, some places, part of Nigerians, they value the traditional wedding even more than the white wedding. People say, I rather do a traditional wedding than do the white wedding. So most of the marriage are done 2 times: the white wedding, the traditional wedding, and then the white wedding. This is a culture of all over Nigeria. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa. But Hausa, they hardly do. That's the Muslim part. They hardly do traditional wedding or white. They just do the Muslim wedding. So in North we have the Christians and we have the Muslims. So I am part of the Christians' house. So the number 4th thing is naming ceremony. When a child is born in Nigeria, in my place, we are taught that the child should be left indoors for 30 days. After the 30 days, the naming ceremony will be done, and then the child can start to go out. In Nigeria, it's very, very important. It's really important that a naming ceremony should be done after a child is born. So there in Nigeria, you don't really know the name of the child until this day of the naming ceremony. So at these 30 days, people can call him any name they choose, until the naming ceremony. So naming ceremony is very important. It doesn't matter Muslim or Christian. We all know that every part of Nigeria, they do the naming ceremony. Some do it a very big way and some do it less, more or less, So this is the number 4th thing. The number 5 is fufu. You guys knows a lot about fufu. In Nigeria tradition, it's very important that you eat fufu with your hands. If you eat fufu with spoon, it's like an insult, to the tradition. So if you're visiting a Nigerian home, you have to eat fufu with the hand. It's your choice, but the people feel more better if you respect the tradition and eat fufu with the hand. In Nigeria, 100%, you cannot tell me there's no one who doesn't eat fufu. Fufu is our main dish. It's not only in Nigeria. I know a lot of African countries do eat fufu, but I know in Nigeria this is one major food we eat. The number 6, right? The number 6 is visiting in Nigeria. In Nigeria, compared to Swiss, is totally 100% different. In Nigeria, you can never just be bored at home like that. Sometimes if you're bored, you can just get up, go to a neighbor house, knock the door and say, hello, anyone home? I'm just here to hang around. So in Nigeria, people go to houses without calling. I mean, in Swiss, if you want to meet someone, you have to discuss it through WhatsApp calls, like, okay, can we meet in 2 weeks time, or can we meet so there? But in Nigeria, it's absolutely the opposite. In Nigeria, I can just be in my home sleeping, relax, and then I will just hear a bell ring. It can be a friend, it can be a relative. So then I cannot deny the person coming into my house. I just have to let in. And if they come, it's like, what do you have at home? Have you cooked something? Please, I'm hungry. So in Nigeria, you visit homes without confirmation. This is another thing. Number 6, was I right? Okay, number 7 is respect. In Nigeria, respect is, oh my God, is extremely, sometimes it's even worse. It's extremely respect. I cannot call my own elder sister like sister. I have to I cannot call her by name, sorry. I have to sister is respect, or I have to call her by the name of the child. And even people you are not related to, you have to call them auntie, uncle, hello mommy, hello daddy, even if it's not your father. Sometimes when we were growing as teenagers, if we pass someone without greeting, you receive slap, like, hey, you come here, come back here. Can't you see someone, even if it's someone that just senior to you with maybe 5 years, they challenge you way hard. So respect is something that even some people is really, really extreme about this thing. So this is one of the things in Nigeria. Kind of like I like it, but I also dislike it in another way because some people misuse it too much. I mean, you cannot just, sometimes if you have to greet someone, you have to like just lie down on the floor and greet. That's how the Yoruba culture do. It's called respect, and for me I kind find it wild, but it's that tradition and I have to respect it. So the respect is something else. That is number 8. So number 9 is, I'm coming. Number 9 is taking care of your parents. In Nigeria, taking care of your parents is important. Totally the opposite in Switzerland. In Nigeria, during while you're growing up as a child, your parents will always tell you, please, you have to go to school, you have to get a profession. So because if you grow, you have to take care of us, you cannot just leave us. All this, our sweat will not go in vain. Growing as a child, this is the first thing you're taught. Your parents teach you to grow up, to realize you have a responsibility. So in Africa, if you're finishing school, starting to work, everything you do, you have to remember your parents, taking care of them. Sometimes could be your parents even have to move in with you. I know that it happens in a lot of countries, not only Nigeria. They move in with you, live with you. And in Nigeria, when you get old, it's important that your parents move in with you so you can be able to take care of them, be responsible for them till they can rest on. And it's not like in Swiss, when the people get old, they go to the old houses where they take care of them by the people somehow. In Nigeria, you have to be responsible for your parents. No one will come and take care of them. So this is the number 8. The number 9 is child marriage. In Nigeria, it happens. I'm sorry to say it, but child marriage still exists in Nigeria. I don't intend to call tribes or religion. I don't intend to say that, but I know that child marriage exists, especially me growing in the north. I have experienced that through my friends. Those days we used to go to school. I was so happy. I always thought of the future. While my friends, some days you find them crying, they're sad because they are already been married to someone since birth, and they are just waiting for them to till they come of age, 12 years, till they can move into their husband's house. And this was really sad. It keeps disturbing me till today, why some parents can be so rude to do such a thing to their child. But I respect their tradition. I don't have anything to say about that. All I know that it's really, really bad, but there's nothing I can say about it. That's the truth, really. So what should I say again? The 10th thing, unfortunate, the 10th thing I didn't write. I have to think about the 10th thing. The 10th thing is bride price. Okay, in Nigeria, you do pay bride price before marrying. Before marrying a woman, you have to pay. Paying doesn't mean that you're buying the woman. It means that you pay just for appreciation to the parents for being there for your wife, for taking care of her, for making her who she is. So it's not like you're buying her. It depends, in the Hausa side, the Muslim side, you receive 100 stock of cane, and if you survive it, it means you get chance to marry the woman. And if you don't survive it, then you cannot marry the women. And in Igbo, you kill cows. Actually, I don't know. I talk of my tradition. My tradition is you pay quite a little bit and you have your wife. In Nigeria, if you happen to marry a wife without paying her bride price, in my tradition, when this woman passes away, even if it's in 70 years, you have to bury her in her father's compound because you didn't pay the bride price, and she will not use your name. She have to use her father's name. So this is the tradition in my culture as a Birom woman. So if you marry, if you get married without paying her bride price, she will be your wife, but she cannot use your name, and she cannot, if something happened, you have to take her back to the parents. And this is why marriage is done properly, only by paying the bride price. So guys, this is number 10 facts about Nigerian women. Nigeria, it can be anything. I just don't know what to say, like a topic to which fits to what I'm discussing. I just know 10 things about Nigerian people, right? Tradition, culture, I don't know how to say it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you do, please keep a thumbs up, please, and subscribe to my channel. I will catch you guys on my next video. So bye.